Good morning, guys. I'm Noor Abdul Aziz, founder of Forex Dimension, and let's look at USD. What do we have for next week? Based on the previous market analysis we were expecting price to close above this high, which we can see that it's played out perfectly, like just what we expected actually. So now for next week, let's see what are we expecting. What are we expecting? So this is our valid break of structure, as you can see, because the candle closed right above the eye of structure. So if we should go down to our 4 hours and see what are we expecting. So on the 4 hours also, this eye was our next break of structure for the 4 hours, because we did took out an inducement on the 4 hours, and here is where price took out the inducement, I mean the break of structure. Because this is the eye, but the eye got transferred. Is what we call transfer of eye. Got transferred from here to this eye. So in that case, we are going to mark our eye like this, using this curve mark like this. Yeah, so our eye got transferred to this, and this is the candle that confirmed our break of structure on the 4 hours. So basically we are still bullish on the four like bullish. Like, let's come back to the weekly for a minute. If we look at, this was a break of low, and all this we can consider it like an internal structure. So for the weekly, like on a bigger scale, we are expecting price to probably come to this high. You understand? Like, this will be our inducement. If we are looking at this from the monthly chart, this will be our inducement, and so we are still very bullish for GBP USD. So now back to the 4 hours. What is our possible scenarios for next week? On a normal circumstance, this is going to be our inducement. But for the fact that we already broke weekly structure, this is less likely going to happen, like price coming back down to, but that doesn't mean it can't happen. You understand? I'm not saying it can't happen, but it is less likely to happen. But if peradventure price wants to come back to take this inducement before continuing the trend, then on our 15 minutes we are going to need a confirmation change of character. So let's go to the 15 minutes. Yeah, so on the 15 minutes we are going to need a confirmation change of character, so which will be price breaking and closing below this low. You understand? So once price breaks and close below this, a candle close, like close below this low, then we get inducements. Like what we are looking for is something like this. We have something like this here. So we need change of character. After our change of character, then we need our inducements. Then once we get our inducements, we'll wait for price to take out the inducement, and then mitigate probably any other block, a valid order block we have here, then we can sell. And once we sell, normally the safest take profits will be this first 15 minutes break of structure. But due to the fact that we like to like follow the trend and trade with the trend, then we can actually hold to this inducement. That's our first scenario. That's like our first scenario. The next scenario will be price just keeps going higher. So the next scenario will be price just keep going higher, probably giving us something like this. Like price just keep going, maybe give us an inducement, come to tap another block, and just keep rallying up, because it all depends on the weekly. Once we have a weekly break like that, there is possibility of price just rallying for maybe 2 3 weeks. Like the next 2 3 weeks could just be bullish candles, boom boom. You understand that kind of. So in that case, that means we are just going to be looking for continuation buys. Like you get an inducement here, this is a valid order block, and we buy. You understand? So that's the scenarios I'm probably expecting. Either one of those two should probably play out next week. So that will be all for today, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. God bless.